Hello, everyone. How are you? It's Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. And I have an amazing comedian, actor, writer. The guy, he's even split personality. Tommy Savitt is with me. Tommy, how are you?
I'm great, brother. I'm
It's
great.
great to have you here.
Thank you.
I've never
It-
I've never had anybody say that I can introduce him as Tommy Savitt or Tommy Lama. And
well,
we're gonna get into that, but let's start. You're in Los Angeles, is that right? You're in California?
yes,
Were you born and raised there?
not at all.
I
New
didn't
York,
think so.
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn,
which is
okay.
the Riviera of New York.
The Riviera of New York. Now, again, I put a lot of stuff together. You've been doing comedy a long time, I think over 20 years.
You are correct.
How did it start? Tell me, was there a catalyst? Was there something that, however many years ago, like I was class clown. I always thought I was funny.
Well,
You're
I
making
was
me laugh already.
well. I took an unconventional, unorthodox approach
Okay.
to comedy. I was in law school,
I saw that.
and I did not like it, so I enlisted in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
My intention was I don't like this career. What could I do to make this exciting for me? It just shows you the immaturity of the time, a
Okay.
24-year-old mentality. What could I do to make this exciting for me? So I'll become an officer. And so I did a split summer program.
Okay.
I went to enlisted man's boot camp, which is unprecedented
All right.
because as a law student, you should go to officer boot camp. But my thinking was, let me get in shape and give me an edge. So
Okay.
when I go to officer boot camp, I'm on top.
Right.
It's never been done. I don't know if it's been done after me, but at the time, so now I go to during. So they offered me a split summer program where a machine gunner. My MOS is a machine gunner, and you do your basic training the first summer. So they were willing to accommodate my law school because I was
Okay.
a catch. You get an extra bonus for getting a law student to go to enlisted man's boot camp.
Okay.
So now I'm 24, but I'm older than all the cats in the
Right.
you know.
Okay.
So I lived a little longer. I'm in law school. You know, you're dealing with 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds,
Right.
and I go to Paris Island, and the oldest guy there was a 27-year-old cop that
Okay.
was there. So I was the same age as the drill instructors and all that stuff. Now, what would happen was I didn't take it seriously, and we're in between wars. I mean, we're always at war.
Right.
But this is after the Gulf War and before the second Gulf War. So it's relatively quiet. I mean, we're always at war, like drug wars and all that stuff,
Right.
but
Right. Right.
there's
Right.
nothing pressing at the time. So I was akin to being Bill Murray in the movie Stripes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wacky. You're right.
And you know, everyone wanted to be my John Candy or my
Okay.
Harold Ramis sidekick.
Okay.
So I brought a reverence to the training because I found what the drill instructors, the way they insulted everyone, I found it hilarious. It was one of the
Right.
most laughs I ever got in the summer. It was better than any
Okay.
summer camp I've ever
All
went
right.
to. And the bottom line, I was using vocabulary that was above their pay grade. I would play games with them, and I would make them laugh.
Right.
I would just the way I would talk back to them. They would have to take their covers and leave the squad, and then come back. And the recruits, I helped them get through.
Okay.
Like even to this day, I get letters. Are you the Tommy that was in my squad?
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You
Okay.
really helped me get through the. Anyway, the bottom line is, I instead of going for my second term of the summer program, I I did I started comedy on my during my
Okay.
second year of law school
Okay. Okay.
because
Believe it or
you
not,
could
I had a
make them
guy.
laugh. You could make the drill instructors laugh. You could
Okay.
make anyone laugh.
Believe it or not, I had a guy work for me when I was working at Sam Goody. I worked at a record store in Philadelphia, and his parents wanted him. He sent him to law school, and he quit law school to come work at a record store at Sam Goody.
I don't blame him. But I finished.
No,
I
I
finished law school and I'm licensed,
okay.
but
Well,
I don't practice.
okay, yeah, well, it's good.
It
Now
really,
hold it. Now let's get this thing. Let's try and get some I went to your website and it says your journey to the transformation begins now, begins here. And that's where I think the Tommy Lama comes in because you're like the Dalai Lama.
yeah, just like better though.
Yeah, you are.
So I
Tell,
was
tell people, like if you have a problem drinking,
keep doing what you're good at.
smoking.
Don't quit. It's better than heroin. Actually, if you're a smoker, make the switch to heroin.
Yeah, right, right. I
It's
started
more,
smoking
it's
crack
more,
light.
it's
I
more
started smoking
considerate.
crack light now, Tommy.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
Smoking heroin is more considerate because no one suffers from secondhand smack.
Okay. But anyway, tell people about it because I watched some videos and you bring a little triangle on stage and you
A
actually try
chime,
to
a
help people.
chime, a chime,
A chime. Okay. So,
a
well,
chime.
you
I
know,
cleanse the room with it. I
right,
invoke new age healing
right.
into the foray. So, and I have special powers because, like you may be a Gemini or a Scorpio. I don't know what you
I'm a
are.
Leo. I'm a
You're a
Leo.
Leo. Yeah. So basically, you know what that means. That's derived from the word Leonardo.
Just stop.
So
Just stop.
which means you shouldn't cruises may not work out for you.
I don't believe in any of that shit. So go ahead.
I was born under the sign of the apocalypse. According to my mother. She says, when I was born, her world ended.
Okay. And I don't want to give it away, but your mom abandoned you.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, you know, while I was in the eighth grade. I was I was 30 years old. Then I joined a healing center known as Hooters.
Okay, okay.
And I got my degree there.
Okay.
A lot of people say, "Well, Tommy, you can't get a degree in Hooters." Then explain to me how I owe them $40,000. That's why I believe in student forgiveness loans program.
Okay. You I'm gonna try to be serious. I don't try to be serious often, but you won Boston Comedy Festival, Seattle, LA Comedy, been on Bob and Tom show. How was the Bob and Tom show? How was that?
Oh, that was great. Actually, the first time I did it, I was at Crackers in Indianapolis.
Okay.
I was able to sell out
Right.
because of Bob and Tom. I was sold out, and I was able to get my record an album there,
Yeah.
which was very successful.
You
So
can tell the people it's a CD. What's it called?
it's called "Who Wants Me Now."
Yeah, right.
That was my earlier incarnation.
Okay, right.
So I've evolved since then, but
Right.
it was a very hot album at the time. And Bob and Tom was great because a nationwide viewership, fans.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a very good, it was a conduit for many performers.
Well, that's what the next question of where it goes. You also did residency in Vegas at Tropicana,
Yes.
Stratosphere. You perform for the troops all over the world. My question is, do you have a favorite place to play? Somewhere that you is it California now, or like you mentioned New York? Where do you
It,
like to play? Wherever.
my favorite is Bagram, Afghanistan, in the war zone.
Jesus.
They are the most appreciative audiences you'll ever get in your life.
How bad? How bad? How bad?
They're not discerning.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm just
I've done it twice. That's how good it is.
okay. All right. Beyond that, do you have a let's try a place in the United States. Is there a place in the United States you like to play?
Well, um, I did Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, Florida. Okay.
McCurdy's. I really enjoyed performing at McCurdy's Comedy Club.
Okay.
Great, beautiful theater. They have the ability uh, to project. They have a projector. You could do sounds, lighting.
Okay. Yeah.
Very open to creativity.
Are there comedians that inspired you when you were young and comedians that you like now?
So, it, as for inspiration, that means they caused me to do comedy. So we're not talking contemporaries. So we have to go back to the past, and that would be like Steve Martin,
Right?
Dangerfield, Murphy. Um,
I met Rodney.
yeah. Oh, you met
Right.
him. I never
Yeah, I
met. I
met him.
never had the
I
pleasure.
tell you, I tell you, it's rough.
Yeah. So to me, that was the golden age,
Okay.
of comedy. So I liked the cat, and it was different. It was creative. It was funky.
Right.
Um, and I mean, these days, I mean, I like a lot of guys, but there may be names you don't know.
Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
um, there are guys like Augie Smith,
Okay.
very funny guy. There's Jim McHugh. He runs the Boston Comedy
Right.
Festivals. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys,
Okay. That's all right.
but they may not,
Yeah.
may not have worldwide fame yet.
Well, and I went over to your Facebook, and I'm going to put the links to everything, your Instagram, your Facebook, YouTube, anything you have. But I watch, and there's reels now, and I love them on Facebook and on Instagram. Do you enjoy doing those as much as stand up or not?
Clearly not.
Okay.
Clearly,
No,
I
no.
think
I
I
mean,
would
I'm
do
just
more of it.
asking.
I would do more of it. No, stand up. Stand up. No, being on stage is nothing like it. But
Okay.
it is enjoyable cutting up stuff for online stuff, but no, there's no feeling like live in the moment
Okay.
with strangers.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, the stuff, because I think for me anyway, and for people who don't know, we're just meeting. We've never met. We're 20 minutes into the Tommy Llama stuff ties in with the reels and the shorts. It's like you
Yes,
just give them a little piece of your wisdom.
yes, I do like it, but I
I do
prefer.
too.
Yeah, but I prefer live.
Yeah. Okay. Um, you do cruise ships. I know a lot of people that do cruise ships. I've had a lot of people on this show that do cruise ships. How's that?
Well, you're meeting people that you would never meet
Yeah.
on land. So
All right.
these are many of them have never been out of their house. You're dealing with a prototype that are not connoisseurs of comedy, are not experienced. So you're getting a lot of neophytes
Okay.
to the comedy world. And listen, it's all good. It makes you a better performer encountering such individuals.
Well, do you? And I didn't know this until different Lester Bibbs and people that I know. Vanessa Hollingshead, Francis DiLorenzo, Jesse Egan was on. That there's early shows and then there's a late show.
Yeah.
So, which do you enjoy doing the late show more? Where you can
No, I don't. No, I rather do the
okay,
early show. I rather do the early show because, first of all, I could just relax,
all right,
cabin, have a bottle of vino,
okay,
just relax and call it instead of waiting hours to perform late at night.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite show that you've done other than Afghanistan? A favorite show and a least favorite show where things didn't go so good.
Um, well, my least favorite shows would have to be in the state of Pennsylvania, which I
Hey,
find.
hey, Tommy, do you
Is
know
that
where
where
I'm
you are?
located? Do you know where I'm located?
Are you in Philly
I'm in Pennsylvania. Go ahead.
or in Pennsylvania?
No, no, keep going. You're doing magically.
Well, my most violent shows,
Yeah,
where
Philadelphia.
the threat of violence always happened in Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia.
Yes,
Yeah.
Philadelphia or outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's not, there have been decent shows, but the most violence that I've ever had to endure would be in that state. And
Now you got me intrigued.
yeah,
I mean,
so
I used to work in Philadelphia, and you have to swear at people in Philadelphia just to get their
yes,
attention.
yes. So I'm at a bar, and you're familiar. Well, one of the big motorcycle gangs in Pennsylvania are the Pagans.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And I didn't know. I didn't know from the Pagans, from anything else. They were by. It meant nothing to me. I didn't understand. I was told there's Pagans in the audience, and the leader was there, and I was
Oh
getting
no.
heckled by the bald, mustached leader, and I didn't realize like don't fight back and don't do it, but I did, and because I didn't know, it was naivete, and I mocked him. I mocked his girlfriend.
Oh
So,
no.
and I shut him up, but the owner goes, "Listen, I can only buy you 5 minutes. I'm gonna,
I
I'm
knew
gonna
I knew that was.
I'm gonna lead you out through the kitchen,
Yep, you got to go
and
out the back
let's
door.
go. That's all. I can buy you a few minutes. Here's your money. Go. You're on the count."
You notice I'm laughing.
Yeah, well, it
I've
is
been there.
funny.
I've been there.
It's funny.
I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the Eagles Stadium is not the worst fans, the most dangerous. Like it's San Francisco, believe it or
Well,
not.
now, hold on. The reason I became an Eagles fan is because I nearly lost my life. I was rooting for the Indianapolis Colts,
Oh my God.
and that was. I'll tell you about it off the air, but a man grabbed my buddy. He bought a Colts hat at halftime, and the guy reached up and grabbed him by take that fucking hat off. He's going to kill him.
Yeah.
And back in again, let's get off football. But the Eagles Stadium used to have a jail. Used to have a court right there.
I I would say it's the second or third worst
All right.
dangerous place to watch a football game.
So I can't look forward to you coming to visit here in Pennsylvania.
The right price, I'll do it again.
Well, I'm curious more if you don't mind talking a little bit because we want to move on to your buddy Jimmy Della Valle and the videos and stuff you're doing there. But can you tell me more about the Tommy Llama as far as because I imagine it's hard for I may put you on the spot, but your stand up act you literally transform the audience.
Yes, and I just want to tell you because we left it out. My favorite, one of my best shows would be at Caroline's on Broadway, which no longer exists now. But that was
Right. Good. Talk about it. Talk about it, Tom.
yeah, it was great because I would have believe it or not, I coined the term the blue collar comedy show. So
Right.
had I copyrighted that, I could have sold that to Larry the Cable Guy.
Right.
Those guys, I just didn't have the brains. But I had the original blue collar comedy show.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a regular running show back in New York back in the day.
Yeah.
That was one of the most fun times I've ever had.
Okay.
Packed shows, 300 seats. And I got a great videos out of it and a lot of bedlam. We would do a lot of behind the scenes things that would happen. Like there was this comedian, Joe Manolfi, and he was always tight to go on stage.
Yeah.
And I had a former professional wrestler, former ex-con, been in 3 different prisons. He went to Joe and he took out a knife and then he goes, you go out it scared him, but he did this on purpose. And then, he came out like he was delivering pizza and he put some stains on him with the pizza. He had the best show of his life because he was out of his shell because he was so terrified.
Okay.
He destroyed. It was a lot of psychology. I mean, there's a lot of shenanigans going on.
Right. Well, in your act, you actually, do you do crowd work and stuff? Do you
Yeah, it's interactive.
yeah.
I read people's horoscopes, which you really enjoyed. I
Well, hey, listen, I've done about 250 interviews, and every person that ever says, "Well, I could do," and I mentioned Leo, and all I hear is I'm an arrogant asshole, I said, "No, I don't want to talk about it."
I talk to the dead, and,
Okay.
and I'll rearrange the room sometimes to create a greater karma, a
Oh,
better energy.
really?
I'll do speed dating. I do sense memory work. I read animal spirit cards. I'm a one stop holistic shop. I'm going to put Tony Robbins out of business because while his graduates walk on coals, I have my graduates walk on coals while they're still in the bag.
Right. Well, I wanna mention it because I even sent you a message about it. I had Brian Kiley on, and he has been a writer for Conan for over 20 years. He helped him write the Oscars this year, and he has a quote on your website citing just how funny you are, and you are extremely funny. My God.
Namaste.
I recommend anyone that can go see you live, go do it.
Thank you.
I do want to talk about Jimmy Della Valle and also, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the film stuff and the TV stuff. Now, again, you already made it clear that stand up, but do you enjoy doing like the acting stuff?
Yeah, I just booked a movie.
Okay.
So, so that's why I got this hair color now. You may see me different hair colors, but they changed my hair color.
Well, brother, this is your opportunity. Talk about tell everybody what you got doing.
Yes.
I know you and Jimmy just filmed Jimmy D's show. If you want to talk about that first, and then
Yeah,
talk about your movie,
I did some sketches. So
just sketches.
he released one. There's two more to go.
Okay.
And but no, I booked a film, and technically going to shoot August 12th, August 13th coming up. I
Okay.
can't talk about it because I signed an NDA, but I could talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
They had to change the color of my hair
Okay.
and goatee. I had a beard and all that stuff. So
Right.
anyway, so I'm rehearsing the lines. I got to speak Russian in it. So
Yeah.
it is quite. I mean, to memorize phonetically, it's a challenge.
I saw there
Hopefully,
was another one where you actually did Russian, right? You did a couple different languages. Is that right?
no. This is the one where I'm doing. No,
Oh,
this is
all right. Yeah. Okay. Um, I just want to be sure that I covered everything because you have done so much. Um, I'm so intrigued by what you do with the Tommy Llama and just because it's I've never had a comedian that says you can introduce me either way because you really are like schizophrenic. I don't know which one I'm dealing with right now.
neither do I.
And I guess the other thought was I wonder if maybe you could do a little something, maybe predict what I got going on.
Okay. Well, I can predict what you got going on. I see.
Are
I
the Eagles going to win another Super Bowl? Well, what do you got for me? You got a little
I can
something?
tell you this. This is what I can tell you.
All right.
Atlanta will never win the Super Bowl.
Okay. What about Buffalo?
Um, Buffalo will win the Super Bowl in 2035.
Okay. You are cracking me up. You are cracking me up. Your deadpan, your silence just kills me.
Silence is golden. Silence is your friend.
Not on a show like mine. I need you to talk. I need you to do something. Get the chime out. Do a little something for me.
Uh,
Tell me something.
well, look, I got to tell you this is that I predict for you that you'll be doing another podcast real soon. Take that to the bank.
Boy, you're out in a limb.
Yeah, that's what I do.
tomorrow at 4 o'clock, just like
I
now.
suspect you. Yeah,
Well, I mentioned it and we run over it, but I do want to thank Jimmy Della Valle for setting this up. And I mean, I think the world of you already. You're just so comical.
thank
And
you.
do you have and again, I did notice that because I went over to your website. You are booked. You're working hard.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of cruise ships. I do all gigs.
Yeah.
Corporates, land,
Yeah.
clubs, everything.
Okay. And again, we talked about, we brushed over it. You don't like Pennsylvania. Is there any other places you don't like to play?
Um, yes. So there's one horrible place in Prince Albert. Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, Canada.
I was going to say that's Canada.
Yeah, yeah. One of the up there with Pennsylvania is one of the worst. Violent. I mean, comedians get into brawls afterwards.
No lie.
They're not listening. They're and heckling. I mean, the way you get a laugh is if you kick the ceiling vent. Then they'll laugh at that. If you just for no reason,
Yeah.
they'll start bursting out laughing. There are so many fights that broke out over there that the owner, who loved the comedy shows for whatever reason, he was an Olympian professional wrestler. So oftentimes he'd take down during the shows, he would take down 8 guys and beat them up and throw them down the stairs out to do so you could continue doing your show. But that was one of the most scariest places to perform for $200.
Part of the reason I'm laughing is because you're a big guy.
No, but it doesn't matter. You're dealing with a horde. You're dealing with a horde of animals.
Horde of
A
animals.
horde of virile rabid animals. So,
It just
and they were doing drugs. They're doing coke. You
right.
know, you're
My
dealing
kind of people.
ornery heart. And by the way, Prince Albert is their industry is prisons. They have the largest prisons per capita in all the country. So you're performing for a lot of correctional officers who are not that far removed from being inmates themselves.
Right.
They're very similar.
Do you? I think I know the answer, but because of having done comedy for over 20 years and stuff, you adjust. Now you just described a place where you probably do real more street smart comedy or street tough comedy, like the reels I saw where you're giving advice as far as uh, if you're homeless. I like that. Do you want to tell people if you're homeless, what does that mean?
If you're homeless, that means you're more freer than anyone else. You don't have the burdens of
You got
paying
evicted.
taxes.
I'm sorry, I messed it up. You get evicted. That's what it was. You get evicted.
No, you get to live off the land. A lot of my clients are eating off the land out of dumpsters. That's what they thank me. They used to have stress, a wife, children. They don't have that anymore.
Well, my question, and I kind of got sidetracked because you're blowing me away. Adjust. In other words, I'm picturing you on a cruise ship doing a certain set, and then a club in Los Angeles. Do you adjust it a lot?
So let me tell you this. On the cruise ships, you're doing like 5 different sets, 5 different styles altogether. Because you have, at minimum, because you have to do original shows because the same passengers are going to come see you again. And they will turn on you if you do the same jokes. Then you're no good anymore. They hate you. You betrayed them. He said this already. And they'll walk out. They hate you. So you got to have like different shows. You got to have like 2 different PG shows, family shows, 3 different adult shows. And every line is different. So, and you're dealing with different, on the same ship, you're dealing with different demographics within the same setting.
Right.
Because the people that are going to the family show are not necessarily the same people that are going to the adult 11:30 show.
Okay.
So you're dealing with diversity on that ship.
Right.
So you're dealing with less diversity in land because you're getting a so you're getting a big city. There's a certain essence to them. But here, you're getting on the ships. You're getting an amalgamation of people that would never naturally sit together.
Yeah, right.
You
Right.
never would get them in one setting. You get people who are wearing overalls, people coming from urban environments to the platinum member with their yachts. And these are people that, so it's a one of a kind.
Yeah, and I guess the reason I like that question is because you mentioned Philadelphia, and this is a tough area.
Yeah.
And the first time, again, I worked in the music business, and my boss sent me down to Richmond, Virginia, because I had to apologize to the guy because he didn't want to buy enough Tony Braxton or Whitney Houston or whatever, and he got really mad at me because I'm used to dealing with people in Philadelphia where it's like, what is wrong with you? Well, I pissed him off bad. And I quickly realized there's a big difference in dealing with people in North Carolina versus dealing with people in Philadelphia.
Sure. Another incident in Pennsylvania.
No, no, no.
No. I'm telling you another story that
I
happened.
know, I know. We got to get to your comedy minute. Go ahead, do it, do it.
All
No,
right.
do it, do it. No, do your other Pennsylvania story.
What? Sometimes when they really appreciate you, they do it in a weird way. So, Guy was having such a good time, and he wanted to show me what a good time he was having. He wanted to throw a jug of beer at me, a pitcher of beer. So he's chasing me around the room, and he liked me. This is the irony of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Chasing me around the room, and he throws the beer. I duck, he hits the audience.
Oh,
The
no.
whole audience gets splashed with pitchers of beer, and then he gets thrown out. And he had a great time. That's Pennsylvania for you.
Tommy, you warmed my heart with that story. You really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, they're good people.
You really did. You know, I'm. Well, my friend, we're getting to that time.
So
Now hold it. I do a formal introduction, and I don't know how if I'm going to do it, but let's try it. Tommy Savitt, aka Tommy Llama. Your comedy minute. Go ahead.
So what I left out in the first segment was the impetus of how I became a comedian. So
Okay.
it came a point where they gave me an ultimatum that I could leave the Marine Corps or stay and get left back because I have problems with swimming. So I decided to leave. And my drill instructor says, Savitt, I hear you're leaving. Good. One day while you're watching the next great war on television and your child that your unfortunate wife has bore you, he looks at you in your blue eyes during the next great war. You know what you're going to say, Savitt? You could have been a Marine. And one more thing, Savitt, and then he winks. Don't be a lawyer. Be a comedian. And hence,
How you became a comedian?
Yeah.
Do you have any regrets? Do you think your life would have been different if you would have became a lawyer?
Well, I did become a lawyer. I did become a lawyer. I did practice, but I gave that up.
Okay.
To do comedy. No, do I have regrets? I would have lived shorter. I would have been married with 3 kids, obese, a chain smoker, and dead. So maybe that was the better path. We're going to find out. Maybe that was the way to go.
You just put such a positive spin on things. Oh, Tommy, thank you so much. You crack me up hard. You really do.
My pleasure.
And I'll tell you what, if you want, come back, when you got something doing and your movie comes out or whatever, you can talk about it.
Yes, we'll do a follow-up.